AWA champion Nick Bockwinkel, with Bockwinkel's big, broad belt at stake, this time in a no disqualification match. And Bruiser Brody, may I tell you that the fans here are confident and absolutely positive that Bockwinkel held on to his title when you met him here, and he did it only because he deliberately got disqualified.
Paul, some of these people out here have been coming to wrestling for over 20 years. The same city, the same seat, and they know wrestling. They know good, hard wrestling, fighting, and they know who the best man is at all times in that ring. You know, these people are smart people. And everybody who was at that Coliseum 2 weeks ago, and I don't want to have to come out here and shout every week, knows, and I mean knows, that Nick Bockwinkel kept his belt only for one reason and one reason only. All them people know it, and even Nick Bockwinkel knows it. He had to go for a real cheap disqualification. He had to look for the hole to get in. He had to look for the back door. Now, over the years, Bockwinkel has come in here and fought all the top men. He's fought the Dusty Rhodes and the Wahoo McDaniels and all the great wrestlers from across the country. And I think you'll agree, and all the people agree, nobody ever gave him a whipping like I gave him 2 weeks ago.
I'll agree.
And I think you'll agree, and all the people out there are going to agree, that when I get him in the ring next week, and I'm not out here to make promises, I'm out here just to quote the facts. When I get him back in the ring for his AWA championship belt, it's going to be worse than it was last time, and he's going to wish he never put his name on that contract, because I'm not here to pass out threats. I'm only here to do what I'm best at, and that is win.
So, Bruiser Brody.
The AWA Nick Bockwinkel. Fans in the Lone Star State, Nick, are going to have the opportunity to see firsthand a head-on collision between you and Bruiser Brody.
And one that should not take place. And I would think that, Paul Boesch, that you had enough sense and enough class, but that seems to be endemic of the state of Texas to lack it. And by putting on the pressure, forcing me back into the ring with a man who showed no respect for the rules, he threw chairs around, He just flagrantly violated all the rules and the regulations, and the simpletons, the humanoid 8-to-5 lifers, the Texans, they cheered this man on. What?
Nick Bockwinkel, if anybody should be able to identify a violation of the rules, you, sir, should be able to. You've been known to do it a time or two.
Are you trying to become endeared to the Texas fans? Just can it. We don't need your comments. Brody, you are endemic of the state of Texas. All brawn and no brain. It may be another 100 years before the state really starts to gain some class, insight, and intelligence. In the meantime, hopefully when you step into the ring with me, some of it might rub off. Paul Boesch, I am embarrassed to think that you would take and do anything so demeaning to the profession of wrestling, which I know you've respected for so long. I do not wish to get into the ring with this man simply because he does not respect the name of the game wrestling. He does not know what it is. But I have been forced to, and I will have to show myself and do my very best. The last time there was a price paid, I was not bleeding when the match was over. It was your big, dumb Hulk standing out there. And I will do it again if I must, and I may become even more vicious this time.
Fans, regardless of the comments for the world champion,
out of Tito by bouncing him into the canvas, but now as they move out onto the floor, smash goes the head of Tito Santana into the ring post, a hard driving crash, and Tito is on the floor, and he could be counted out. Tito is down, Tito could be out. The referee is counting. We could have the match end now with Tito on the Cole Coliseum concrete as his second Pat Hatchell tries to bend over him and tries to help him to get back into the ring. And now he is able to get into position to defend himself. The kicks from the floor coming up, and Tito now rises up and starts a two-fisted scramble as the give and take of this battle flows, and Nick Bockwinkel is catching it, and Tito moves in on the champion. Bockwinkel hits hard, and so does Santana. Santana is down. This could be it, as Bockwinkel moves in there to drive those kicks. And Santana on the apron now trying to pull himself up, trying to pull himself in, and Bockwinkel attacking him, and there is a bow and arrow tackle, and they come over the top rope. 1, 2, 3, we've got a fall, we've got a fall. Look at the tremendous, tremendous uproar here in the Coliseum. What a wild, wild, wild uproar as Tito Santana scores on World. At 275 pounds from Paradise Valley, Arizona, superstar Billy Graham. Mr. Superstar says for me to tell you that he says he is the arm wrestling champion of the world. His opponent in this event, the man who represented this country in Munich as the heavyweight weightlifter, the man who was recognized as the strongest man in America, Mr. Ken Patera. Mind must control the muscle, whatever it is possible. The contest will not begin until umpire Red Bastien gets the okay from both men, and they start on an even basis. The contest underway now. Ken Patera, a tremendously strong man, but you've got to give it to superstar Billy Graham as Red Bastien moves from one side to another to check on both sides. The advantage is moving to superstar Billy Graham. Patera has found strength, and Patera is pouring it to him right now. That famous Olympic strength of his, that famous, he's got superstar hanging on with his legs and gaining a little bit of purchase in this fashion. Look at the battle that they are going through in order to determine this contest. But for $20,000, you can go through an awful lot of battling. Superstar managing to carry it up just a little bit further. They're at equal point right now. No advantage. No, it's a little advantage, a slight advantage to Ken Patera, to Superstar. No, it's battling back and forth. Patera has hooked his leg. Patera has grabbed onto that table and is pouring it to him to first come up to neutral, and now with that tremendous forearm of his, and the arms must be getting tired. They have to must be losing some of their strength. Now with this extra weight, this movement to try to gain just a little bit of it, and Superstar is being told to keep his hands flat on the table. Again, Graham's advantage, and this contest seesaws back and forth as now it's Graham's advantage definitely, and he's moving him way down. He is now about 8 inches from the 10, now about 6.5, 7 inches. Red Bastien says absolutely not yet. He's got his own hand in between there. And Patera is finding some new strength to bring this up. A great move, and he is maneuvering beautifully to get that power of his, and he's got the leverage right now. Mulligan is arguing.
Superstar is disqualified to use 2 hands. 2 hands.
Superstar is disqualified for using 2 hands. Superstar is disqualified.
Money goes to Ken Patera.
Ladies and gentlemen, umpire Red Bastien has decreed that Ken Patera is the winner on a disqualification. The money goes to Ken Patera. The $20,000 goes to Ken Patera. Long and all right, Gino Hernandez trying to battle Wahoo in the corner, and Tully coming in on the left, Gino coming in on the right. Here is the efforts of Wahoo with tomahawk chops trying to battle these two. Oh, nice! What a beautiful sound that makes when two skulls crash like that. Man down is Blanchard. Wahoo trying to face Gino Hernandez and still keep an eye on Tully Blanchard. And Andre the Giant has come in here to try to even things. He just couldn't stand it any longer. Blanchard is down. You see him where he was placed with a headbutt from Andre the Giant, but he has held on to Wahoo McDaniel's leg, rendering him immobile, and the duck soup for Gino. Gino holding on to him now to full Nelson as Blanchard blasts away at him, and they punish the Indian as solidly driving into him. And there is a driving blow, lets him have it. There is a body slam that looks to me like, with all the tremendous weight we've had in that ring tonight, we've got a busted ring. But with 650 pounders, a 500 pounder, and a lot of people who hover around 300 pounds and 22 men, we've given the ring a lot of punishment tonight. Wahoo and Gino Hernandez trading blows, and Wahoo did not go over the rope. Here is Gino trying to push him, and Wahoo hangs on. He did not make the floor yet. He is still hanging on. He is just come off. There goes Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant. Gino goes over, and the winner is Andre the Giant.